Hello there, Jim from Foraged Box TV here. It's been a while since I've done a video. Life's busy, sorry guys. But it's the middle of December, or getting on for the middle of December. I think it's the 7th today, something like that. And I could do with a drink. So I've poured myself, I've put some ice into a tumbler, and instead of raiding my beautiful bar, which is full of all sorts of goodies, I thought, well, I've got a bit of a problem and I need to refresh my kit for next year's sessions. It's going to start ramping up again for 2024. Get your tickets below, obviously. There's a link in the description below. But I usually hand out tasters, little bottles of, gins and syrups and all sorts of interesting things. But they've taken a bit of a pounding. You can see I've got loads of them in there, and if I just hold one of them up, not only is there not a huge amount left, you can see the labels. Whilst I can just about make out this is rosehip syrup, the labels on some of them have completely disintegrated, and knowing what's in them is a bit tricky. So I thought, well, what I'm going to do is I've got to refresh all these bottles anyway. I've got to wash them out and do all that sort of stuff. And I thought I'd make a drink and we can just have a little video and a kind of a catch up, really. I'm just talking to a camera now. I don't know if anyone's even watching this sort of thing, but there we go. I'm a big fan of a Negroni, so I thought, well, I might go for something gin-based, and I can see that this is a beech leaf noyo, which is gin and brandy and beech leaves. Very, very nice. It's one of the things that I treat people to in kind of like late spring time when the leaves are on the trees, and you can see there's a good portion there. I should probably get a measure, shouldn't I? Where's the measure gone? This is good, isn't it? Ah, there we go. There we go, so at least we can do this properly. Got my little measure. Let's design the cocktail before we go absolutely charging. You see, what on earth is that? This is where we've got to do some tasting. I'd say that's probably Angelica. So I think, yeah, we've got quite a lot of gin flavours going on at the moment. That is a total mystery to me. What on earth is that? Dark purple, look. See what I mean? The labels just completely disintegrated. This is what happens. If you use labels and then it rains, your bag gets wet or whatever, suddenly you've just ended up like this. So I'm going to slightly work out, slightly different ways of doing this next year, because this is it's unsustainable as a business model and a practice, let alone doing this. It looks like it might be a berry. Oh, it's bitter. It's nice bitter though. I think that's probably Darwin's Barberry Berry Gin, something along those lines. Who knows? It's been in that bottle for a while, I have to say. And you can see, don't find as many Darwin's Barberries as we find beech leaves. Funny that, isn't it? But that'll be a nice thing. If we try and make a Negroni here, so Negroni is, in fact, you can probably see the constituent parts hanging out behind me. It's 1 part gin, well, it's usually 1 part gin, 1 part Campari, and 1 part vermouth rosso, so that's like dark vermouth, and it's really good stuff. It's a lovely bitter cocktail. Not everyone is a big fan of those bitter cocktails, but I certainly am. So we've got 2 very gin-like flavours here that I'm going to stick in there, and then we've also got a nice sort of dark. It's still a gin flavour, but it's a bit more dark depth to it, whatever you want to call it. Now we need something a bit more interesting. What do we think we can find in here? You see, there is some absolute dross. Not dross, obviously not dross, but it's very difficult working out what I've got in here. That's slow brandy, that's interesting. Beefsteak fungus vodka. Interesting, but not really for today. A couple of syrups. I don't really want syrups in there. I have no idea what that is. We'll have a little investigate of that one. These look like clear spirits to me, so we'll have a go on all of these. What's that? No idea. What's that? Is this good? Is this good? I don't know if this is good, but I don't know what that is. Oh, I know what that is. That is highly prized. I'm going to hang on to that. That is essentially a martini, as in the vermouth, made from nettles. So it's purely nettle basis. There's nothing else in there. It's too good to put into a mixed cocktail like this, so I'm going to hang on to that. That looks like it might be something raspberry-like. Definitely don't want raspberries in there today. That maybe... Right, I think we've got our flavour touchstones here, so I'm just going to shove these out of the way. So What have we got? What's this? This is a... Oh, it's Sweet Sicily. Sweet Sicily, it's a member of the Umbella family, and it's a sort of fennelly, anise flavour kind of thing, which is lovely, but not for this. It's also got a bit of sugar in it. I'm trying to avoid sticking the sugar into this one. Although let's put it in the maybe pile, shall we? This one, I think it might be a larch cone thing. Yeah, what? So that's larch cone gin, which is perfect. I want the Campari bitterness to come from larch. That's probably a good way of doing it. And I suspect this is... Oh, you see, maybe that's Angelica. This is the problem, you see. What is that? Oh, it's clove root vodka. So it's got clove. There's a plant which, believe it or not, called clove root. Its roots taste like cloves, which is not the same as Angelica. So I'm going to put the Angelica in there because it's also got a bit of bitterness, and I'm after that. What is this? Something liqueur. Oh, toasted walnut liqueur. Definitely not for today. Delicious, but not for today. And I've no idea what that is. And I still don't know what that is. But it's not for today. It tastes... Maybe it's one of the barks. Birch bark, possibly. Not sure. Anyway, I think we've got 4 decent things to work with here. We've got the beech leaf noyo, which I'll end up using all of. We've got the Angelica, which I'll top that up with. And then it's not quite sweet vermouth, so maybe I will have to delve into actual sweet vermouth territory behind me, but we'll then make up the rest of the bitterness using these. So nice and simple. There's no real technique to this. I'm going to pour the amount that I've got in there. Top that up with the Angelica. You can see that. In that goes. Tidy up later. And then we've got the... Now, was the Barbary a right thing? I'm not sure about the Barbary yet. I'm not sure about the Barbary. It's a bit like a slow gin. Darwin's Barbary is... oh, sorry, this is the larch cone gin. Darwin's Barbary is a bit like... It's very one you find in suburbia. It's a bit like Little Slows. And there's a similar sort of astringency. They're a bit fruitier, I think. But it's still quite a nice fruity thing. And it hasn't quite got that sort of rich wine quality to it. So how are we looking at the moment? Well, it's delicious, but it's not quite a Negroni yet. I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cheat. And we're going to go for the dregs of the Vermouth Rosso. It's cheap Vermouth Rosso because, you know, times are hard. And I think I'm going to do half a shot of that Vermouth Rosso, and I'm going to do the other half with the Darwin's Barbary. No real craftsmanship going on here. There's no real mixing. I'm not really that bothered about the kind of mixologist side of things here. I respect the those who can do mixology, but at the moment I'm just delving into my thing here. So I'm going to give it a swizz around like this instead. So do you know what? That's pretty good. I can taste there are wild elements there. It doesn't taste exactly like a Negroni, but nor would I expect it to. I wouldn't really think it was going to. However, we are missing a garnish, so give me just a second. Because over here, Daddy's been playing with his lemons. Got a dehydrated lemon. Now, if we were feeling fancy, we'd break it and smash it on the side, but to be honest, I just want it to look pretty, so here it is. One pretty cocktail. Shocking camera work. Should we try that again? Should we do a clever little bump? I think that's what they call the money shot, isn't it? Beautiful. Anyway, sitting in my office slash dining room slash storeroom slash everything at the moment. Just want to say cheers. As I say, this is a little bit of an opportunity to do some catching up with you. Times are busy with Foraged Box. They're going from strength to strength. We've got sessions all over the country now. Looking like from 2020, well, from the spring 2024, we might have something like 20 tutors teaching all over the place at various points and in various frequencies and stuff. So actually, good time to come and check us out and have a look at stuff. Yeah, there'll be a foraging course near you, no doubt. Not in Scotland. There's too many people working in Scotland, and I don't get the chance to go up there. So yeah, I think I'll still have a chance to. I'm staring at my wall chart. That's really sad, isn't it? I will still have a chance to come and do a little bit of filming. I'm trying to get one a month at least done from January through to December. But sometimes, you know what? Sometimes I just have to sit on the couch or, you know, take some time to do it myself rather than taking a camera out, because it's nice, it's fun, and I'm in a good place, and I think that taking a camera out when you're happy makes a big difference. But until then, we probably won't see each other for the rest of the year. Who knows, maybe I'll sneak another video out next week. Anyway, nice short sweet one. Hopefully that keeps you subscribers nice and happy. For those of you who don't subscribe, please do. They're not all me sitting in a you know, someone's suburban dining room at any point. There's lots of interesting videos, so like and subscribe, go and check them out. I still don't understand how the algorithm work. We've got some with thousands, hundreds of thousands of views, and some with a handful of views, you know, 50. They're all as good as each other as far as I'm concerned, so go and check them out. I'm quite proud of them. Anyway, cheers, signing out. Have a good Christmas if I don't see you beforehand. Otherwise, I'll see you in the new year.